Ladies and gentlemen, to the Everyday Black Men Podcast, a podcast for authentic black male thoughts.
Welcome.
I am Riker, and I am joined by R. Reed, a.k.a. Ben Cinnamon, as well as Armstead.
Why you scream?
Follow us on Twitter at EVYD, Black Men, and Instagram at Everyday Black Men, and Facebook at the Everyday Black Men Facebook page.
iTunes and stuff.
Of course, you can check us out on iTunes. Give us that 5-star review. Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. Follow us, listen to us, and tell your friends. So we're going to go into my segment that I like to call Top Hats. And we're going to talk about a racist-ass EMT worker who thought that he could have a podcast and talk a whole lot of shit, and nobody was going to find out.
What?
They found his ass?
Yeah, they fired him.
Oh, are they going to get me for my racist comments about white people? Or
I
you
mean,
can be racist towards white people?
I feel like you
Matter
can
of
be
fact,
racist.
You have the racist comments.
Fucker.
I am not.
You just call them out on their bullshit.
I call them people out on their bullshit, but more importantly, the difference is that he was talking about what he was doing in the room and giving specific stories because he's a medical technician. His name is Alex McNabb, no relation to the other McNabbs. He called his podcast The Daily Schlo, which is basically a title that mocks the Holocaust. Because, of course, you can't complete your white supremacist paradigm if you don't also say that Jews are not people. But basically, he called it a work of fiction on Twitter. People have ignited a debate over whether or not he can adequately care for the vulnerable, minority, and Jewish people if you have such a low opinion of them. Again, I don't have a low opinion of white people. I just call them out on their bullshit. I feel like that's the big distinction. I also don't work in a care field. Probably would be a problem if I was like a doctor and I was just like, white people ain't shit.
Ain't shit.
I'm going to cure your cancer with more cancer.
I'm going to cure your cancer with more cancer. He also referred to black women as Denishas and Harambes, and it's just like, dog,
No.
you just can't do that. Also, he called himself Dr. Narcon, and it's like, you're not even a doctor, nigga. You're a medical technician. You're at the bottom. You underneath nurses, nigga.
I mean, nurses aren't really at the bottom. They really...
No. I'm saying he's underneath nurses as a medical technician.
Yeah. What's underneath a nurse? I think he's underneath that.
I mean, because he's an EMT worker, so it's like, nigga, you just pick up the stuff and let the big boys do the work.
Yeah, keep him alive.
Exactly. You just keep him alive long enough. Oxygen.
What's wrong with him? I don't know. Give him oxygen.
But yeah, man, fuck you, Alex. You're a piece of shit. I'm glad that you got fired from your job. And I'm glad that people are determining whether or not they're going to be able to sue you. Decided whether or not they can formally investigate him and take him down for all his bullshit. So, fuck you. I hope that everything goes wrong for you and only you, Alex McNabb. I'm really hoping bad things happen. I really hope you get cancer. I'm hoping you die. Yeah, exactly. I know. I'm taking it dark places. Because, darkness, everybody. But fuck all that. We're going to end it on a happier day because this is a podcast that's going to be around the end of the year when y'all hear this. And so we want y'all to end off on a great day like we've enjoyed 2018. And so we're going to talk about some of our moments. We're going to have a year-end review to a certain extent. We're going to talk about a few things and we'll see, where everyone's feelings feel like now that you've been through all of 2018 and you're now into looking at 2019 as it knocks on your door. So the first thing I want to do is I wanted to ask R. Reed what was his favorite moment of 2018. Now, it can be a personal moment. It can be a private moment if you want to share one. But just what was your favorite moment of 2018? What was the thing that made you be like, damn?
I think I finally accept that things in my life, as far as like my ex relationships with my child's mother, that's just moving forward. More of a progression on that than just really studying it at all, or as we say, studying it. Studying it whatsoever. But that right there is just kind of coming to a real conclusion that it's never going to be anything and just still being cool to some degree. I don't know. Everyone says, like, when you love somebody, the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. And that's what I hold towards her, indifference.
Do you hold indifference toward her?
I don't, Doc, when I see her, she try to talk personal stuff and all this kind of crazy stuff. And I just be like, And she looks at me like I've said something crazy and she just stops talking. And I think it's the weirdest thing in the world.
Now she just stops talking?
Yeah, because I'm not trying to hear her bullshit. It's like what I did today, and this is what happened to me in my life. I'm just like, I honestly don't care not to care.
Yes, I can't even care enough to not care.
Like, I'm not gonna say shut up, stop talking, none of that
So
kind
you
of
don't think that she's like She's not even a friend to you anymore, huh?
Nah.
I mean, I feel like she earned that.
Nah, we don't even have a personal relationship with us other than, like, I don't even, every time she tries to talk about something, you know how people talk, but you don't never really acknowledge it? Mm-hmm. That's how I do it. Like, I'm just, and I thought I was doing it on purpose, but it's just really just, I'm done. Like, I'm not even worried about it. As far as, like, I don't even think I was worried about it was at all the previous year. I just thought there was a chance in the back of my mind, but I don't even see a chance whatsoever. It's just whatever now.
Damn.
Just move on.
That's your favorite moment of 2018. Well, I mean, no, that's a growth moment.
Yeah, growth is all we need, you know. Besides, like, we want to just go with something a little lighter. I don't know.
Okay. I mean, if you want, I'll jump in, and if you get one, you jump back in. So my moment is going to be growth, very similar to yours. So Riker's going to take us back to where our read was. Just realizing that you got to do everything for yourself. Like if you're waiting around for somebody else, you're waiting for them to get their shit together. You're waiting for them to kind of come to terms with who they are. It's not going to happen. So you got to do things for yourself. If you're going to work out for yourself. If you're going to look good for yourself. If you're going to, do some other things, do it for yourself. Like don't worry about trying to keep somebody else happy or doing it so that in hopes that they'll feel happier, because that shit doesn't happen. So do it for yourself. You looking good for you. You having a fun time for you. You're doing the things that you enjoy, because life is so short. I don't always tell you guys that, y'all are cool. Y'all like my brothers, but y'all are. And I want to make certain that I'm doing the things that I want, so that, you don't call me on some shit and be like, but Riker, I see you over here struggling doing things you don't want to do. And it's like, nah, do things for yourself. Yeah, in lighter moment, my family time, I really enjoyed Thanksgiving. Like Thanksgiving for me was super dope. And you don't really realize how great like some of your family members are till you look back and you're like, I'm actually having fun with you and we don't have much in common. Like I'm having fun with you because you're actually a good person that I like to hang out with. And yeah, you're different. Like sometimes like a cousin or uncle say some crazy ass shit and I'll be like, this is why you voted for Donald Trump. But at the same point in time, they also tend to be people where it's like, you know what? We family, we keep it together. You got my back, I got your back. And Thanksgiving really kind of put that all in perspective for me when I saw my family interact and I was interacting with them and I was thinking, this is why I do this. This is why I care. Now I'm hoping on my dad's side I'm gonna have some fun a little bit, but I'll let you guys know about that in 2019, since that'll probably be the next time that I give you an update on that. Armstead, did you have a favorite moment of 2018? And if you say it's when you did that backflip in Black Panther, you wasn't supposed to tell people that.
I'm hoping to get to that point, but no, my thing is this. Something happened recently where I was called selfish.
Selfish.
And it was like, if anybody knows me,
You selfish, bro.
I am very selfish.
Oh. I was about to
And no, I wasn't going to deny it. But my selfishness is, how I used to be. I wasn't always as like selfish as I am now.
I think you act different towards me than you act to most people.
Well, yeah, y'all are like two sides of the same coin.
Because it's like this. It's like there's certain people where I know I can do particular things for and not worry about receiving anything back. And I'm still gonna get something back for it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I feel like
one time you rescued that nigga from a road.
Yeah, like I was on the side of the road. I know I could have called, say either one of y'all to come get me. When I needed it.
No, I'm talking about the time you rescued that nigga from a road.
Oh,
remember that one time there was that flat tire? And you came by.
Yeah. Even then, it's like this.
More than a flat tire.
It was definitely more than a flat tire.
I didn't change the fucking flat tire.
I would try to put your shit out there like that. You didn't have to do all that.
But I feel like that you know who to look out for. You know what person to go for. But when it comes to certain people, when you try, my people that I feel that are close to me, I want to make sure they if not have the best or are in the best of themselves. You know what I mean? So I want to make sure that whatever I can do to help push you toward that, that's what I want to do. That's why I be trying to like get my boys to like come to the gym and work out and
I'm working out more now than ever before.
Healthy. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not necessarily
that's hard
saying
right
you.
there.
Not necessarily.
You want to talk about you?
I'm just saying like in general, anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like I want all of us to be successful. I want, like, for example, I want all of us to like one day just pick a day and let's travel somewhere. Let's all go and just do something as a team. You know what I'm saying? And do stuff together. Bitches. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Me and Vernon Cinnamon here, You know, at one point in time, you know, we you know what I'm saying, went on a couple vacations together. You know what I'm saying, went to the Bahamas. We went, you know, where else did we go?
I don't know.
We went to a couple places.
It's tied up.
You didn't need one for the Bahamas.
I thought you still need one.
No, you don't know. You don't need a
You need
passport
a
for the
birth
Bahamas.
certificate.
Yeah, that's all it is. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
they took that when they got my when I applied for my passport.
Yeah, you could do that. Go to and I think we should just go to the DR.
Man, DR, that
Yeah,
trip
even
sounded like
that.
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, but to get back on the whole me being selfish thing, I feel like
How much?
now I'm at it's very cheap, very cheap. But I feel like now it's like it's at a point in time where it's like it's nothing wrong with necessarily being selfish, especially when you're trying to make yourself better to be able to. Because how you gonna help somebody when you can't even help yourself?
Yeah, exactly. That's the first thing they
It
tell you.
depends
If
on
there's
what
a
it is.
problem with the plane, that you need to put your air mask on, and then you can help out somebody else. Can't do it the other way
You
around.
know, that's
It
actually
depends on
an
what it
example.
is. If you're just using that as an example to keep being selfish,
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're
Or
both
selfless.
right. Like you have to. There's some instances where you're gonna have to be selfless, and you're gonna have to be like, you know, I'm gonna put somebody else's need above you. But at the same time, 90% of the time, you need to be about yourself and about handling your business first, and then you can do it. Because I wasn't paying for all this shit that you see right here. And they was coming in here and they were just deciding to take all this shit and like the couch was going and all that other stuff. Then, you know, it don't matter if I'm trying to help you with you getting your house together, your stuff, whatever. When it's like, dog, you not even getting your own shit together. But at the same time, I can't use that as an excuse for never helping you, being like, I got my own shit. I got my own shit. I got this. Like, everybody got their own shit. Like, you gotta both make time for people and you gotta decide what times are more important for you to work on yourself.
And I think with certain people, I'm selfish with certain things. Like for example,
your selfishness comes mostly from your time because you never. Do
yeah,
anything.
that's what it is.
You never do anything other than what you want to do, and sometimes you have to do. But you're not in a position where you have been in a position where you have to sacrifice your time, even though you know you could be doing something else. That usually comes with like children or
Yeah, I'm about to say because I
Right,
saw
right.
that.
And,
I saw
and
you
actually,
about to say that.
that's one of the things I was called selfish on at one point in time. They
What
tell
you
me
mean?
like, you ain't had no kids yet. You're selfish. What?
Well, that doesn't make.
I mean,
you
that's a
selfish.
whole. That is
That's
and
one
that
thing.
probably came from a woman. And
Yeah,
that's just
of
agents
course, they
chaos.
definitely did.
They're not agents of chaos.
Why
But
would
there
you tell
are
a-
some
why would
that
you
are
tell an
agents.
unmarried man that he needs kids.
Again, that person obviously was not great, but I'm not blanket. I'm not blanket
Guarantee it was a
statementing.
woman.
I'm not blanket
Agent of
statementing
chaos.
all of them. I'm not blanket statementing all women.
I'm not. I said that person in particular.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
that
like,
one
I
in
feel
particular,
like,
yeah, throw on a pile.
but I feel like if somebody were to call me and be like, hey man, I need to borrow $20. All right, I can.
Nah, that's different.
I can cash app it to you or whatever.
With
whatnot.
you, it's like, hey, bro, let's get together and do this. Oh, man, first I gotta go to the gym. I gotta go to the gym. Like, bro, but you go to the gym another time. You be like, nah, man, like, bro, just do it today. And you be like, well, I'm gonna go to the gym first.
Exactly.
Like,
I mean, but I still come though. I
Yeah,
just change my time up
But
and I come to the gym.
sometimes people
But-
need you to be there.
At the
Like,
time.
this
No,
not gonna,
if
this
it's
not
if
gonna
it's
fly.
if it's something in particular, like for example, if he were to be on the side of the road and be like, hey
that's
man,
different.
such and such, then I'll be like, you
that's-
know what,
you
I'm not
can't
going
help
to the
them.
gym.
You can't help them. Like I'm saying, like that's like an emergency. We're talking about when it's not an emergency and they just like, yo, interrupt your normal schedule programming and be like, do this. You'll be like, well, first I gotta go to the gym.
So like, give
Yeah,
you
I will do that, yeah.
to personalize it for you. So the rider needed a ride to his school. His school is like an hour and a half away from here.
That's more than
I said hour and a half.
I thought that shit was like any other south.
No, it's
End
no.
of the state?
It's like
I thought
it's like an
that-
hour from where you thinking of. You're thinking of Valdosta.
I thought it was in Valdosta.
No, it's not Valdosta.
It's a different campus.
Different
Okay.
campus, closer to Macon. So and Macon's only an hour and a half.
Yeah.
But so he needed a ride. So I dropped all the shit that I had going on, gave him the ride, went there, came back, and we had like dinner. It was a cool deal. It was a cool deal. But at the same time, that was me going out of what I want to do. Like I could have been off work. I could have been enjoying my time. I could have been playing video games. I could have gone to the gym. These are all things that didn't get a chance to happen. But at the same time, you have to pick and choose sometimes to do things that are
That was an
outside your normal
emergency,
thing.
though.
It's not always going to be about him. If it was an emergency that he went, no.
Like
'Cause
if he were to call you, and be like, hey man, let's go to the club.
I mean, see that, but that now we're getting to the levels.
That's what I'm saying. Like if it's on a level like that, then I'll come out of my way and I will help you.
Our
You know what I'm
research not
saying?
biased.
That's an emergency.
This
Put your shirt
nigga's
off.
lies aside, R. Reed. Anything you're looking forward to, R. Reed, for this holiday
I'm
season?
gonna pass it to you. You go first, and then I'll get
Okay.
inspiration.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to Kwanzaa because Christmas, as you know, is a pagan holiday. Don't at me because I don't give a fuck. So I'm looking forward to unity, to self-determination, to collective work and responsibility, to cooperative economics, to purpose, to creativity, and to faith, because we need all those principles. As you know, Kwanzaa is a holiday started by us.
Nigga, we ain't celebrating no Kwanzaa. Crappy Christmas, nigga.
Man, Kwanzaa was first celebrated in 1966. This is us. This is our holiday.
Nah, nigga, we got Christmas.
Nah, man, fuck Christmas. Fuck Christmas. Fuck Christmas.
Fuck Christmas.
At the same time, at the same time, if you want to celebrate Christmas, it's on you, because I'm not ever gonna be one to tell somebody you can't celebrate Christmas. But for me and myself and my house, fuck Christmas. Fuck it.
I wonder where your Christmas tree at.
Exactly. I don't even put up no Christmas tree.
Christmas tree.
Ain't no Christmas tree. What do you think about Armstead?
Crank that Christmas.
You gonna crank that Christmas?
Nah, I ain't
Crank
cranking
that Christmas
I ain't
tree?
cranking the Christmas.
Woo, hit that mistletoe. Woo,
Hit
hit
that
that mistletoe. Woo, and that mistletoe. 24, 8 days of Christmas. We gonna celebrate them all.
Man,
24,
all I'm
5
looking forward to is for Christmas like this month. I'm looking forward to.
I mean, you could also do New Year's. I mean, again, this is up to you.
I'm looking forward to the gym being empty for a
Oh
while.
shit, yeah, it is gonna
Because
be empty.
you know, people gonna have their New Year's resolution, so they're gonna fall off for a minute, and they're gonna come right back. But I'm looking for the gym to be definitely empty for a while, and then I'm looking for the gym to get full, and then a lot of people coming up to me. Oh my lord, coming up to me and asking for service, because I am a trainer,
I mean, that's not bad.
and I'm looking to make some money.
You gonna
It's not bad. It's not bad. I'm glad. It is. I forgot that the weeks leading up to Christmas, everybody forget the gym.
Yep.
They act like it don't even exist. They're like, oh, there was a gym. Yeah. Remember that commitment that you made?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The gym didn't go anywhere. The gym doesn't forget. The gym doesn't forgive. It's the gym. But we're going to go ahead and transition topics. So the topic we're going to talk about right now is we're going to go into the Atlanta United MLS Victory.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they took it to, what was
The strip
that?
club.
What was it?
They took it to the strip club.
No. Damn, what's the name of the strip club?
Magic
Fun
City.
My tongue. Magic
They
City.
took the cup to Magic City.
Man, did you
and
see that
strippers was
unedited
dancing
video?
on it.
Did you see that unedited video
Hey
though?
man, hey.
That unedited video.
bad one.
It was bad. It was bad. It was bad. I'm actually surprised that no one thought it was a bad idea to put the video up.
It's Atlanta, nigga.
Yeah, it's Atlanta, man. Wreck for real. Like
People
I would
know
have,
Atlanta known for them clubs, strips.
I would have put my.
I get
I
that
would've put
letting
the
know
cup
from
up there
clubs
too.
and strips, but at the same time,
They put it up on the stage and the strippers danced on it.
you at the
I would've
same
done the
time
same thing.
you should have thought, let's do this, but let's not put the video up. That's the problem.
So what was the
Don't
problem?
snitch on yourself.
We only had that team for 2 years and they've already won. I don't think y'all know how significant it is.
I mean, no. That is extremely significant, but don't snitch on yourself. That's the only thing I came to say. Again, I fully.
I don't
support,
see nothing wrong with
I
it.
fully support them doing that. Just don't snitch on yourself.
What was snitching about it though? What did they do? What was wrong?
They posted the Snapchat.
What was wrong?
Don't post that shit.
What was
Don't let
wrong
people
about
know.
it?
Don't let people know that we got strippers dancing up on the MLS Cup. All right, that's not what the
It's
other
our
teams.
cup now. We do what I want with it.
No, we don't do what we want with it. This is not trophies. This is not NBA title. This is a shared cup that we got to share between all of us. It's not like,
Hey, go follow them on Instagram.
yeah, definitely. We gonna follow.
I just
them on
followed
Instagram.
them. They only got like 291K.
Only 291K. They should have more than that. They just won. So y'all thought differently than me.
I don't even watch soccer.
I'm gonna go on to the next entertainment topic, and that's gonna be Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. If you haven't seen
I
this,
thought you did that last week.
no, I gave you a preview, but I didn't spoil anything.
Oh, you gonna
So now
spoil
I'm
it
gonna
this
spoil it. So if you haven't seen it, this is probably the segment you want to skip.
Spoiler agreement. We'll tell you when it's over. We'll do a timestamp. I'm just kidding. We're not
Nah,
gonna do that.
exactly. We're not gonna do any of that. So what I liked was the end. The actual sequence was that you remember the old Spider-Man joke where it's like you're Spider-Man and you're Spider-Man, and they go back and forth. They do that shit at the end. Basically, one of the Spider-Men from one of the other alternate universes comes to the old 1960s cartoon one and has like a point war with the other one. So they're letting you know that they're definitely making another movie. At the same time, I think killing off Peter Parker at the beginning was a ballsy move. I didn't think that they were actually yeah. Peter Parker dies at the very beginning of the movie. Like right after Miles gets his powers, he goes and he meets Peter Parker who's fighting Green Goblin, which also Green Goblin got fucking ripped. Like that nigga swole as fuck. Nigga's huge. That nigga looks like a gargoyle. but if a gargoyle got, like times like 8. But killing them all was a pretty ballsy move. I think having the alternate Peter Parker from where his marriage failed and everything was pretty smart. The progression of the story for it going from, Miles not being worth shit to Miles still not being worth shit to Miles still not being worth shit to Miles eventually finally getting the thing that he needed to do. I thought that was a pretty smart idea. Overall, the only thing I can say for the movie that is negative is that no, that song sucks. No one needed that. Sony, I get that you guys are double dipping on your own shit, but whoever made that song, you're terrible at music. You just go ahead and just retire. There's no synth sound that can save you from that. The song sounds like trash. Like, you think I'm making fun of it, but you're gonna hear the song in the opening part of Spider-Man when you go see it.
How does it look? It doesn't look good, do it?
I mean, again, it doesn't look good, but the movie is good. It's also a movie that you can take your kids to. It's got a great story.
Well, The Grinch came out.
Fuck The Grinch. It's got a really good story. I like the whole playing off of like the father and the uncle being two sides of the same coin. Like the father, he's obviously a police officer. The uncle turns out to be one of the lead villains, and just kind of like seeing like how sometimes people grow apart. I thought that was a really important lesson for them to do. I really wish they had delved a little bit further back into the father's background, into how things were when he and the uncle were younger, since they hint at it but don't actually fulfill it. Also, doing Doc Ock as a woman, smart idea. Smart idea. But overall, movie was dope. I think I've done enough to at least kind of tell you some of the plot twists and whatnot. But I haven't, revealed the whole thing. You don't know like who the main villain is or anything like that. I've given you some little
Wilson Fisk.
God damn. Not just joking. You knew that from fucking watching the watching the damn thing. But no, they did a pretty good reason. And Wilson Fisk's reasons for why he's trying to combine all the dimensions were justifiable, in my point in time. I mean, I wouldn't want him to do that in my universe, but I understand why he's doing what he's doing.
Do you get the fuse with the good you or no?
No, there's no fusing.
No, it's just
actually, yeah. Because actually what's happening is they're dying by being in our dimension.
No.
Really?
Yeah. Because their atoms don't like it. They're not very jazzed about that. Ripping that straight from fat Peter Parker, which was also pretty funny. Because everybody was like, "Oh, Spider-Man, you got a kind of a gut." And he's like, "All right, first of all, y'all niggas gonna stop talking about me like this." And it's like, "Damn, Spider-Man, you just gonna take that? Just gonna take that, Spider-Man?" Yeah, but he did. But moving into the next topic, I wanted to review Widows before the end of the year. So, Reed, what are your thoughts on Widows?
I think we already did that.
No. You said that we were going to talk more about it once I actually had
saw
seen
it.
it. Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, it was a powerful performance from Viola Davis.
Yes.
Although her character was one-dimensional.
Her character was one-dimensional.
boring.
And also, I feel like she didn't really threaten people enough. I feel like she really should have threatened them and be like, "Look, bitches, I'm going to tell them where all y'all live and your kids. I'm going to get all of us killed."
And I told you about the dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I would say go see it. Are we still trying to ruin it or not ruin it? I didn't know.
It doesn't matter.
So it's been a month.
Yeah, it's been a month. If you ain't seen it by now, you ain't trying to see
alert.
it.
Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert!
So the movie's a heist movie, all right? So their husbands go do a job. The job fails. It's for them. And all their husbands supposedly died while doing this job. And now they owe somebody some money for the job they was doing against the person. And at the same time, there's a parallel plot of
Correct.
somebody running for
Paperboy is who they owe the money to.
Paperboy. Go and get that paper, boy.
Damn.
Yeah, they owe it to him. Yeah,
So he's
he
running for it wasn't comptroller.
Alderman. Yeah,
He's
basically.
running for alderman who's a black guy and there's a
Yeah,
white
in Chicago in the 18th ward.
guy running for alderman as well.
Yeah, the white guy is I forget what that guy's name is, but he played his role good. He played his role good.
The same black guy, Paperboy, we're gonna keep calling him. He was the one that their husbands robbed, right?
Yep. They robbed Paperboy, and Paperboy's brother, who is that nigga. Get out, Sama.
Hey, he played a gangster.
He played gangster, man.
That man is a good gangster.
Every time he came on the screen, he like, goddamn, somebody going.
I ain't mention that. I like how they killed him too.
Yeah, they did. They did do a good job.
Yeah,
Which
he died.
I mean, spoiler alert, he died. But you're right. I think the way that it ended, They could make a sequel, but I'm really hoping that they don't because I like how they ended it. I like how everything.
What was her dog in the end? Because she was carrying that dog everywhere. I don't understand why.
I mean, I feel like she dropped that dog off at. You remember that last point in time when she dropped the dog
like
off?
A doggy daycare.
Yeah, like doggy daycare, and she ain't never picked that nigga up since.
Yeah, why though? I felt like were we missing something, or was that the dog that he gave her? Or
the dog was something that he gave her to make up for the son thing. Which we're not gonna get too far into that plot because if you're gonna see the movie, you're gonna need to know, or you're gonna need to watch it. Also, completely believable that scenario happening, but also.
The job they were pulling off wasn't really that hard.
Yeah, the job that they were pulling off really wasn't bad at all.
Yeah, I would do that.
Yeah. I mean, look, man, for $5 million, yeah, count me in, nigga. Count me in.
I don't know if $5 million worth it.
I mean, for $5 million, it's worth it for who you're ripping off because they weren't gonna come after you.
Yeah, they cut it. Really.
Yeah, exactly. Now that first job, stealing $2 million from Paperboy, the hell to the fuck no, I'm gonna do that. Not gonna do that shit. But robbing a corrupt congressman who stole that money, who can't really do much about it, yeah, rob that nigga. Rob that nigga 10 times out of 10.
10 times out of 10.
10 times out of 10.
Wins and losses?
Wins and no, I'm going into music. So Kodak Black's new album dropped, Dying to Live, and I'm gonna let y'all guess. How do you think it went?
Is that Z shit? Oh,
it's just straight shit. It's straight shit.
It's Z shit.
It's some straight shit. It's some straight shit.
It was trash.
Kodak Black cannot rap, and he cannot really make songs.
It wasn't even about that. Like, Testimony was a terrible song to start off with.
Testimony, I just be on shit. I'm just testimony. Did he do was the hook something like that?
Yeah, the hook was something like that. Hook was something like that.
Testimony, I ain't trying
This
to
Forever
tell
was
shit.
terrible. Identity Theft was trash. Gnarly. Anytime that I feel like Lil Pump did a good job, you making it bad
that's the one
for
you
me.
hate, right?
Well, no, I
hate Lil
don't. I don't hate
supposedly
Lil
Lil Pump
Pump.
is going through some issues right now.
He got arrested, didn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, Lil Pump been wild now for a while. He should listen to J. Cole. But Lil Pump aside, anytime I'm rooting for Lil Pump over you and your own shit, that's not a good song. Z shit was Z shit. Now, Mosh Pit I thought was pretty good. Transgression felt like, nigga, why are you snitching on yourself? Transgression, if you get a chance, listen to that song. This nigga basically tell all his business, all his people, and all the troubles that he's been going through. Now, Malcolm XXX, I thought at first, I was like, this nigga gonna be over here fucking it all up. But it actually turned out to be a good track. It actually had like a purpose behind it. That was probably my most liked track out of the whole project. And then pretty much everything else was trash. From Calling My Spirit to In the Flesh to Close to the Grave to From the Cradle to If I'm Lying, I'm Flying to Needing Something to Could Have Been Different. He could have killed all them tracks and the album would be at least decent. But with all them left on there, plus the start of it being meh, it was terrible. Kodak Black, I don't know why he did this. I see that you're getting a lot of press. And of course, Kodak, since we're not a news station, I am going to call you on your bullshit. Was Ebro a hater when he tried to call you out on your shit on live and get you to discuss something? Yeah, he was a hater. But at the same time, nigga, I can't believe you thought, or let me phrase this is not for you, Kodak. This is for your record label. Who the fuck thought it was a good idea to put that nigga up there in an interview with the nigga who hates young cats and put him up here and think that Ebro wasn't going to try him? Ebro, of course, tried him because Ebro has a daughter. And he's thinking, if you have sexual assault allegations, then there's a chance that if this were my daughter, I'd want justice. So I'm going to ask you the questions that a father would ask you. And you gave a shitty, stupid, ignorant answer because you couldn't even formulate a thought. It's like you couldn't realize that, oh shit, this guy is not calling me a rapist, but kind of calling me like a little bit of a rapist. Like I should maybe not say something stupid, which you did. Ebro at the same time, fuck you, that you know that you had to do that. And you're hiding behind the, well, I'm a father. That's bullshit. It's a business. It's all about making money. You knew that would make interviews.
Sexual assault allegations from a man, at least what he got to do. Whatever. You just on some white people bullshit. Fuck you, Ebro.
Yeah, Ebro, because the Breakfast Club did a much better interview and actually got Kodak Black to talk. They got him to try to, like humanize himself. And also, I feel like the record label finally had somebody sit down with him and be like, look, all this ignorant bullshit, do ignorant bullshit, but if somebody asks you a smart question, you better have a smart fucking answer.
Smart.
Because his Breakfast Club, like if you look at the Breakfast Club interview versus the Ebro interview, it's night and day difference. Like you can tell, one, he didn't want to be there with Ebro, which is like, whether you like it or not, Ebro's big in New York.
No, fuck Ebro.
Again, whether we like it or not, Ebro's big in New York.
Yeah,
so
but
if you
still
knew
fuck
you were
Ebro.
gonna have to go there,
What
because
part of New York though?
City?
the city,
Yes,
New York
City,
City.
New York?
Yeah. He's like number 2 because it's
Club.
Breakfast Club number 1, and then Ebro's number 2.
Ah,
And then everybody
That's why nobody listens to New York music, but New York people.
exactly because it's an insular community.
Yeah, your music sucks.
Damn, I didn't say that New York, but at the same
does.
time, New York stuff tends to look the same way that it
Yo,
always
son,
has
I'm
looked.
from the gutter in the streets in the butter. I'm this shit like, nigga, I don't give a fuck if you can rap, nigga. Can you make a song? This shit's boring. You the one that always had them rappers on there and they be doing those freestyles. And I'd be like, I don't care. Like with old 90s beats. And I just be like,
Well, I feel like then you probably didn't listen to Ice Cube's album because it sounds like he got stuck in '94.
I wouldn't listen to Ice Cube in 94. So I wasn't going to listen to him now.
Well, his album, I listened to the whole thing and I was like, is it better than Kodak Black's album? Hell to the motherfucker, yes. But it sounds like it got stuck in '94. So it's like, if you're an old nigga, you gonna like this. If you're a young nigga, you gonna hate this. And if you're someone who's in between, you're probably gonna be like, this is wasted potential. I don't need to hear G-Funk beats and G-Funk sounds. Nigga, you are too fucking old to not evolve with the style. Jay-Z's evolved with the style. Nas has evolved with the style. Hell, Cannabis has evolved with the style. Listen to his EP that he put out called The Matrix. Was it really good? Not his best work. But at the same time, at least he evolved with the style. I mean, Ice Cube, you sound like you straight out of '94.
I
Now,
don't even know why he making music.
I mean, he made that because he wanted to make a song called Arrest the President. And they're like, well, if you're going to book this studio time, you may as well use it. And he was like, yeah, but I don't have any beats. And they're like, oh, we got beats. And they pulled out the entire selection of beats that were not used in '94. And they played them for him.
Damn.
And he just selected 15 more beats because his album is 16 tracks long. And he selected all of them. And he was like, all right, let's do it. And it's like, because the thing about it is, his rapping's not bad. He's still got the cadence. He still has presence. He still has a sound. But it's like, this has not evolved. The beats you chose all sound like I'm riding the same hoop-D and we're bouncing up and down. And that's sad. The only song that sounds slightly different is Arrest the President, which we can tell was made at one point in time, and the rest of your album was made in a different session. It's cool if you're like Lil Uzi Vert and we expect you to do stupid shit like that, but it's not cool when you're Ice Cube and you should know fucking better. At least record half the album in the same session. Don't record Arrest the President in one session and everything else in a whole different session.
No, you can do your album in different sessions. It's just a matter of the vibe and feel and producers and everything coming together. And
Well, then the producer needs to be fired.
Yeah,
Fire
it's hard
the
to do an album in
audio
one
engineer.
day. I actually think we should try to do an album in one day, but we're gonna need 24 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that would be Red Dirts.
Nah, you can join it too, man. We'll write your lyrics for you.
Nah, I'm not about to be.
I got your
embarrassing
name,
myself.
Riker.
Yeah, I'm not about to be doing that. But what's your favorite
Not a
song of the
biker.
year? What's your favorite song of the entire year?
I can't go for an entire year because I can't even think of the songs that was this year.
You can't think of anything from all the things that came out this year.
I know what my favorite song right now is.
What's your favorite song right now?
Sasado. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Sasado me. Coco Bango.
I know what you're talking about.
Coco Bango is your
Right now.
song of 2018.
No, hell no.
That's your song right
There's
now.
probably guys playing off the top of my head. Or no. In my feelings?
I know what one is stuck in my head right now.
What?
Skirt, skirt.
Skirt.
No, what's the name? Dear Silas.
Probably.
Oh, Dear Silas.
Silas. There it is.
Dear Silas. Okay, I was about to say. I was like, I don't know who the fuck you talking about. Yeah, that's Dear Silas. Yeah, okay, all right. I fucks with it.
That song
I
stuck
think
in
we
my
can
head.
go with the most overrated song. I could do that.
I mean, all right. Give me one chance to pull up.
yeah,
what
so
I'm-
you're looking too.
Well,
gonna
no,
go
I'm
with
just trying to
the most
pull up.
overrated song will be Ape Shit.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
That song, I thought that song was trash from the beginning. The video dope.
Probably my song of the year would probably be Buff Baby.
Did Stir Fry come out this year? Or that was
But I
last
mean,
year?
like this is just like a song that like you could play. Doesn't matter if it's summer. Doesn't matter whatever it is. I mean, it's simple as fuck lyrics. Nothing really big going on there. Nothing like that. But that's for me a song because otherwise it'd be This Is America.
This is American, probably that Post Malone song.
Which one?
How'd that go? When he apologizing?
The apology one? I thought you were gonna
Better
say
now. Better now. I like Better now.
Better now.
Better
Better
now,
now. Okay.
yeah.
All right. I fucks with that. I fucks with
Not
that.
around you, not around, you know. They gave you everything. I was like, man,
Most overrated song this year. Did you have one differently, Armstead? Or are we just gonna agree on ape shit?
I'm gonna go with that song with Lil Baby and Drake.
Drip Too Hard? Or
No. Actually, no, I like this.
The
Bad.
Even Drip Too Hard is kind of short and it's not enough. But I ain't there. I ain't. We gonna get on Lil Baby.
I'm gonna go with "In My Feelings" by Drake because niggas was acting like that was the second coming. Exactly. Niggas was acting like that was a second coming of Drake. Like this nigga is in full battle mode. It's like no. It just had a great dance at the right time
Who's
for
your
to catch your
surprise
attention.
rapper you like this year?
Surprising rapper. Well, there's a bunch of surprises.
Let's go with one.
But if I had to boil it down, I'm gonna go with Saba. Care for Me. That was the album. I did not expect him to make an album. It's a period album about him basically conceptualizing the fact that his cousin is dead. Killed for a coat. Walter, R.I.P.
JB Block Boy.
But it was so different to hear somebody just kind of like rapping about not only his feelings but what he's thinking in the moment, all these other things that are going on, and having it come together as like a pretty good album as opposed to it being like, like scattered thoughts or random bullshit. Because, that half the time that's the problem with people who aren't mainstream.
Rappers.
Is that when you're not mainstream, people tend to go down a rabbit hole with how their ideas are.
Yeah, I feel like they do that a lot of times. Although it works for some of them, like X.
Well, no, but X's ideas were at least good. There were good ideas. Did they all come out together and get fleshed out? Nah. But did they for the most part? Yes. Armstead, you got a favorite album?
I don't.
I ain't really do albums that much.
Yeah.
Right. I said rapper.
Or rapper. Sorry.
I went with JB Block Boy because he surprised
rapper.
me. He reminded me of that old Memphis style that I used to like when I was growing up, like the 3-6 Mafia kind of style. Bet 20 more, they hit the front door. Like it's not even that he's good, but
no, he's not. He is not a very good rapper, but he is entertaining. And that's kind of the main thing. You're never going to hear a JB Block Boy song that's going to be a single that's not going to be banging.
Yeah, because I like that Rover song. I thought that was, what's his name? What's that guy's name? I thought it was Young Dolph because he does sound like Young Dolph.
Yeah, he does sound like Young Dolph.
Fucking
Rover.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's JB Block Boy. It sounds like Dolph.
It do sound like Dolph. Favorite album? You don't have one.
Nah.
He doesn't have one.
I ain't really. I would say whatever that guy named Six Lack. He surprised me in X's album. But those guys, I like very depressing ass music.
You talking about X17, not X Skins.
More than likely, I can't even remember the name of it. It's the one he made when he died, right? Which one was the one?
Yeah, that's 17. 17 came out the week after he died.
Yeah. Stupid.
Skins was
that's the one they released afterwards, right?
Yeah, that was just a lot of yeah.
I feel like you can't make an album post-mortem that's good.
Because they've had
of the year, Remy Ma.
Who?
Remy Ma.
Artist of the year?
No, Diss of the
year? Yeah, Remy Ma.
It wasn't even a rap song, by the way.
It wasn't even a rap song. She was literally like, if you don't sit your ass the fuck down.
Joe, why you ain't respond to Eminem? Because you big pussy? I can't even remember. I was just like, damn, that shit stuck. Like, because you big pussy and you know you can't handle that nigga? Like,
that was real, though. That was facts. That was big facts. That's why Joe Budden kept himself in his podcast and in his State of the Culture. He didn't do anything outside of that.
That's your person of the year, ain't it?
My person of the year? Mm-hmm. What, Joe Budden?
Yeah.
No, that's the person who made the biggest come up of the year. So let's talk about it.
No.
Oh, damn, Joe. Nah, just joking. No. Joe Budden had the best come up of the year.
Did he?
Because he literally took... Well, no. Remember Joe Budden at the beginning of the year? Niggas was still clowning him for shit. His podcast was getting mad listens, but he was also garnering a large amount of hate for that kind of stuff. And you want the hate to a certain extent, but it was not shit that people was like doing. Then he came out with they came out with State of the Culture, and he started softening his image in public, hardening his image on his podcast. Smart. That's the way that you go about it, ain't it?
Sure.
You just don't give a fuck about Joe Budden.
No, I don't.
Is it light skin hatred?
I don't know. I'm not light skinned. I was called Idris Elba, who was also named the people.
You were called Idris Elba?
I was compared to him like a American.
So
version.
they lied to your face.
I mean, they didn't lie. It was like you're like a lighter version of Idris Elba, who was just
so they lied to your face.
People's most sexiest man of the year. And I was like, I can see that. I can see that. If I was British, I'd be like, they'll think that's Idris Elba as I'm walking down the street.
I mean, you know what? I'm gonna let you have your bullshit.
I mean, that person was me, but
so now you just snitching.
Somebody still said it.
Don't matter if you the person who said it.
Yes, it does.
Nah. But Joe Budden had a good year. Who else had a good year? That's a good fucking
Cardi
question.
B.
I mean, Cardi B did, but we was gonna talk about that later in the segment because we've already talked about it once. But now we're gonna talk about it again. Yeah, the come up is real, man. The come up is real. There's a lot of things. I mean, to be honest, people gonna hate me for saying this, but Donald Trump had a good year.
They ain't got him yet, and they probably ain't gonna get him, to be honest with you, while he's a sitting president.
Well, no, not even about legal issues aside. He managed to keep control of the Senate, which is one of the core things they needed to do.
Yeah, but they don't got the House.
Yeah, but they were slated to potentially lose both, and then he would have to acquiesce.
Yeah, people knew they were gonna lose the House, but the Senate not necessarily.
Yeah, but now he's gotten one more person on the Senate. So when it's time for him and he wants to push through more bullshit, judges and appointees, like what he just got with his final win of the year, which was the whole, what is it called? The judge who just said Obamacare is unconstitutional out of Texas.
But he gonna lose again.
No. I mean, no. But if that doesn't get picked up by the Supreme Court, then that ruling becomes the most recent judgment. So whenever he has people that he wants,
yeah, but the Supreme Court made a judgment on it. I don't understand how they did another judgment on it again.
Well, they're doing a judgment. The Supreme Court had a judgment on whether or not it's unconstitutional. But this judge has raised issue with one of the provisions, and that being that it should need to be basically fully funded. And so it's one of those things where it's like, this is good for him because he's not. Yes, it is constitutional for it to exist, but if the funding aspect isn't constitutional, then the same thing happens. The program still dies.
Good luck. Those guys are geniuses sitting up there working with that shit. And they're not gonna get healthcare done.
No. We're not gonna get. They're not gonna fully get it out. But he just needs to limit it in several states because if you can just get, again, it's just like marijuana. You just need a couple. States.
It'll be the red states.
Exactly. You just need a couple states to end it.
No, if they do it, because they were very silent for a reason. If they do it, they will lose the Senate and they will lose the House forever. Matter of fact, that is what's going to happen. They're going to try to do it. They're going to try to get rid of Obamacare.
Yep.
The next election come around, if the Democrats have a viable candidate.
Which they won't.
I don't see them yet.
Yeah, they're not going to. The people who are stepping forward, Kamala Harris,
Boo.
to whatever. Cory Booker hasn't really done whatever. They got a chance in Beto or Andrew Gillum, but they're also both losers, and Trump is going to jump on top of that. It'd be different if they both won, because then it's really hard for you to stop a winning. It's hard for you to stop a started train, but if the train is stopped at the station, I mean, just kill the engineer and call it a day.
Yeah. I think Beto still can do it because it's Texas. I mean, you're already gonna win Texas, but no, I don't think everyone cares that you lost in Texas because it's freaking Texas.
Well, the way that he lost, I think, was a big thing. Like he made them spend way more money in Texas than they thought that they were ever gonna have to spend to try to get it. Yeah. And he only lost by like a few little percentage points. I mean, Andrew Gillum is a similar situation, but since he's black, white people are gonna try to hold that against him.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be the one. It's probably going to have to be him and some kind of liberal.
And also, the whole corruption thing, even if it didn't touch you,
By the way, the FBI came out and said he was lying, and this scientist was lying, and he even alluded to it.
Really? Well, yeah. So if Gillum can pull that off of DeSantos' line, then that puts him in a better limelight.
Yeah, but I don't think he's presidential material. He's senator material, but not president.
Yeah, he's senator material. He's governor material, senator material.
I can see senator.
Yeah, I don't know about him getting all the way. I think really the main thing is he needs to give it some time, keep being mayor of Tallahassee, and wait for things to turn over again. Because if things turn over again and again and again and again, I
can see him being a senator. I do.
Then he could become a governor. And if you can become a governor, then it becomes much easier for you to run for president, especially if you do it on the off year.
Who's gonna be the governor of
of what?
When is the next? Theirs is in 2022.
Yeah, 2022.
He ain't gonna run again.
If he's smart, he does.
Their Senate, they have a Senate up in 2020 right in Florida. Senate seat. I think that's what he should go for.
Yeah, probably. But let's hit the subject that we all need to go ahead and get taken care of, and that subject is going to be relationships. Now, Armstead, you had an interesting question. Do you want to phrase it for the people?
I definitely have an interesting question. Should I ask the question first, or should I tell you the situation?
Go ahead, tell the situation.
Oh, okay.
The situation? Okay. So basically, you have a couple, right? And they're married. They've been married for a couple of years. Maybe let's just say 5 years. and let's say the guy dies. Within a month of being passed away, she posts something up on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and what she posts is being single on New Year's Eve is way better than faking your way into 2019 with the wrong person.
Now tell us why that's wrong.
I'm asking you, like, was that wrong? Like, what is that time for? Like, so basically, the question I really want to get to is, what is the shortest amount of time for you to move on from somebody that you were married to and they deceased?
Okay, so 2 parts to this. The first one for me is going to be, we're going to let R. do it because I can already tell this man look angry. This man look mad. He look pissed. For me, so was he a horrible guy? Because if it's true, I don't really care. But if it wasn't true and you're now desecrating the dead.
You don't know, though. You don't know the guy. You have no idea.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm just asking. That's what I'm asking. Is it true? If it's true, then I don't really care as much. Like, if everybody knew, like, we always got that one nigga who perhaps acts like a little bit of a asshole to every person that he's ever known, and is kind of like a dick, and has some latent feelings for women, which are probably going to prevent him from ever getting,
Hey, he gay.
Yeah, something like that. But, if he were to die right now, people would be like, I don't want y'all to be like, oh, he was so nice to the... No, the fuck he wasn't. Don't be over here lying, talking about how he's in a better place. Nah, this nigga didn't give a fuck about Jesus. Like, let's not be over here bullshitting just because somebody dead. The same reason that we say fuck horrible weak ass Bush, we got to keep that same energy when it comes to dead niggas. However, let's give the benefit of the doubt. If he was just an average person, so he had good days, he had bad days, he did some things, he didn't do some things, then she is a piece of shit for saying what she said. Because the biggest thing here is, if you was not here talking shit about him before he died, you don't need to talk shit about him now. I would have told you George weak ass horrible Bush was a person toucher, and had tried to fuck over black people, and that I didn't give a fuck about him taking little photo op pictures with Obama because I'm not Obama. I can tell you that you full of shit to your face. But if I was to come out years later after all this shit happened and be like, oh, well George, nah. We talk about people, but you need to keep that same energy. Don't be doing it now just because it's convenience and you think things are going in the favor of you. So, to put all that together, Armstead, great question, and she a bitch for that.
What about you? What do you feel, Bernie Cinnamon?
I felt like she's probably an agent of chaos, and she stayed with him. And I don't want to see no bullshit about you crying when he was dead, but now when he died, but now you gonna act like this way? I mean, you just realize that she is who she is, and I'll probably block her because that's not a person you can associate with.
Correct.
True.
It's more likely they was unhappy when he died or whatever was going on. She stayed with him, but you did it, so you got to own it. And if you go through with it, go through with it. Like he just said, if I'm with somebody and I'm all nice and then when they die, I'm all sad and stuff, I'm going to just play the part, even if I know they're secretly a piece of shit. Just play the part. Because
it's just something you
don't
reveal.
lose anything by doing that. She has everything to lose by it. Now she looks like a hypocrite. And you never want to look like a hypocrite to the people who know you very well.
It's like House of Cards season 1. The most southern thing you could have done is give me that glass of tea. Sometimes you just gotta give people class, even if they don't deserve it. Just invite them for that glass of tea. Even if you're like, you a piece of shit, I hate you, and I don't like anything about it. But I'm gonna go ahead and take the mic from you, Armstead. That was a great question. Did you have a thought?
Yeah, my thing was how long.
No.
Like, sorry. So we didn't answer the other part of it.
To
move on?
How long do you feel like?
It depends. It depends. How old are you? If you're 18, I expect you to move on in 6 months. If you're 30, bitches got shit to do. 2 months tops. If you're 50 or 60, I mean, depends on how long you've been with the person.
People die every day, B.
Exactly. People die every day, B. Like, no. I think when you're 30, like you're just now getting into your shit. So I'm sorry, you ain't got time.
So you feel like that when you're.
I feel like when you're young, you're stupid and you waste time.
Maybe I'm saying it wrong. if you were married to somebody,
Mm-hmm.
let's say somebody got married at 21 and they've been married for 5 years, but of course he died for some particular reason.
Okay.
How long should it take for you to be with somebody else?
Okay. So I'm married to my girl since 21.
Yeah.
She dies at, let's say, 30.
20. Yeah.
So we've been together for 9 years. We've been married. Let's say we married 4 years.
I
into
just got
that.
out of marriage. I'm moving on quickly.
I mean, that's kind of where I was taking this.
Especially if I'm being like a faithful man.
Well, yeah, exactly. If there are kids involved,
I can't be faithful to my
if
dead
there's kids involved, I would probably take a little bit of time. But if there's no children involved, then I'm moving on.
I mean, I'm not taking no time for no goddamn kids. Now, in front of them, yes.
But that's the
back,
thing. Yeah, but kids know everything. That's the problem. Is that again? I didn't think that. I feel like everyone goes through their mourning period different. So if your mourning period is a bunch of casual sex, just make sure that you never bring anybody back to the crib. But I feel like you won't move on until you've had time to process it, and that's kind of the part that's going to be more difficult if it's a relationship that you've had since 21.
No,
like that's why I was trying to do it. Like if you like met this person at like 28 and now you're 30 and they died. And it was just like one of those things where it's like, I mean, I can see you moving on in 2 months. Whereas if you're 18, teenagers, they exaggerate everything. Like you feel like, oh, we were together forever. Nothing's going to be the same. And like by the time you're 30, you're like, niggas die every day, B. like you by 30, you've seen enough heartbreaking enough things that have happened and things that go right and fucking trials and tribulations, wins and losses, as we like to say in the segment. So you by that point in time, you get it. Now, I mean, I get it if they were like the best, like let's say you had your perfect girl, Armstead. You've known her since 18. Y'all got married at 22. She always used to cook dinner for you and all these other things. I can understand you being there and being like, man, I don't want to move on for like 2 years. Like no one will ever replace her because it's like if your girl is that good,
you're trying to replace. You're trying to get your dick wet.
Well, no, but what I'm saying is I can see I can see him being like that, and I wouldn't have a problem with that. I feel like basically what I'm saying is I feel like it depends on the relationship. But at the same time, would I be okay with you being like, man, she was a bitch and fuck her and all that? Like, dog, she dead. Like,
I would do that to my boys, but I wouldn't do that in public.
Yeah,
I think
it's
do that
different.
to my boys. I'd be like, man, I don't know what I was thinking staying with a dog. I don't know what.
One thing I'm gonna say is that I feel like do you feel like it's a difference between men and women when it comes to that scenario?
Yeah, it depends on the woman. Like most women.
No. I mean, like for example, if the shoe was on the other foot, if the female died,
yeah. If the female died, it wouldn't be cool at all for you to say anything.
Okay,
but since it's a man who died, some people are gonna be like, well, she should express herself, and it's like,
yeah, because she's an agent of chaos, and men don't have to.
Well, I feel like the way that we deal with it is differently. I don't do the whole agents of chaos thing because I think there are some people. Because
women are allowed to be freaking emotional.
Well, no, it's not even that. Well, you're right. Men aren't allowed to be emotional, and I feel like that is what stunts many men's emotional growth, and why niggas be like contemplating suicide for like 10 years and then one day they kill themselves and people are like, what happened? Like, what happened, dog? It's like, dog, he been literally hating himself for the last 10 years. And when you look at his view, you're like, that's why that nigga always went to the bridge. He wasn't fishing. That nigga was trying to jump.
That nigga wasn't fishing.
Yeah, it's like that nigga wasn't actually fishing. That nigga was trying to jump. But I think the difference is, and where I would like things to move, Ari, to get to your point is that men should be more emotional, but we should hold women accountable for their emotions. As you were saying, Armstead, is your first question, or your main question was, what's too fast to move on? I think it's too fast for her to be making that statement based on the facts that I know from this. Now, if he was a piece of shit, that's cool. But unless I saw like inklings of that and wasn't nobody saying nothing and da-da-da-da.
Even then.
Well, but that's a moment of class. You're saying now class.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of women aren't classy.
Ooh. Been a long time since school give a fuck about class.
Exactly. I feel like a lot of women aren't classy when it comes time when there comes time for you to unpack a negative emotion. Because a lot of women are classy when it's like, like it's kids involved, it's all these other things. But like the moment you ain't that nigga, the moment things ain't going the way that they thought things was gonna go, it just is what it is. But I want to move from this topic on to mine really quickly. So my thing for y'all as we go into 2019, or as we are in 2019, depending on when you're listening to this, is that you need to be confident. Like, that's one thing that we're having a little too much of in the black community is people not being confident. Now, I don't care if you listen to this, you're a boy, girl, boy. I don't care. I don't give two fucks. But what I care about is the fact that you need to be confident. Like, move confidently. Be who you are, that you said you are, and be confident about it, no matter how things turn out. If things go badly, learn from your mistakes and keep going. But white people are, and good Jesus, white people are things that white people right now are going through a time where they are just acting mad reckless. And when you're living in these days and ages when people are coming out like Dr. Narcon making these racist ass fucking podcasts, and you've got Poolside Becky and Barbecue Paula and all this other bullshit.
Rock throwing bitchy.
Exactly.
Rock throwing Betty.
Yeah, rock throwing bitchy. Like, you gotta be confident in how you're moving. You got to know the things that you're doing and know what you bring to the table. Maybe you're not getting the kind of dates that you want, but you know what? You keep making yourself better. It's kind of like going back to what we were talking about at the very beginning of the podcast. You need to be able to do things for you. Like, don't just do this for somebody else. Don't just think about trying to get with the chick. Don't just think about doing all these other things. You need to do things specifically for you. And be confident. Be confident. Be confident, my friends. Confidence is sexy. Confidence is something that carries on from person to person. You know, if you see somebody walking here, you be like, big grip. Like, you can be like, that dude is confident, and now I want to be confident about myself as well. And get your fashion game up, man. Get your fashion game up. One thing I will give you, R. is that you always mix it up.
Oh, man, you got to be on it, man.
Yeah. That's something I'm going to try to do in 2019.
What?
Mix it up a little bit.
We go shopping together?
Yeah, we could. You know what? Let's do that. Let's do that.
Since you got money, then I'll just watch you buy the stuff I really want.
Oh, man.
Ask borrow.
But
I'd be going to like Forever 21.
Hey, man, you go where you got stuff at, bro. You go where you got stuff at. But R. Reed, I think you had one relationship topic that you wanted to get to before we got to the Cardi B offset nonsense. Unless that's.
Let me ask you a question. This is how young is too young for your 30s?
To date or to fuck?
Either.
Okay, to fuck.
Both.
Anything below the age of 18.
Okay, duh. Say that.
to date, I think you're not gonna have.
You would fuck an 18-year-old, really?
I'd fuck an 18-year-old in a heartbeat.
I don't think I would. Bro.
I feel like you say that until you have an 18-year-old on your bed naked. Like, let's do this damn thing.
That perfect body, no stretch marks, no PTSD.
Exactly.
Past relationships.
No bullshit.
Crazy shit.
None of that. None of that fuck shit.
I don't need hands to carry your baggage. It fit on my fingers.
But no. But I feel like relationship wise, I can't do below 24 because I need you to have like heartbreak and disappointment. Because those are the things that season you as a person. Like, I remember who I was at 18.
Not too much. Lord Jesus.
Well, no. I'm not saying I want you to be like cutting your wrists and like you committed suicide 8 times since whatever, and you're super depressed because life sucks. It's like life sucks for everybody. All right, there's nobody who's like my life is great. Everybody has different things, and a lot of times people just hide behind certain things. But no, that's a good question. What about you, Armstead? How old is too young to fuck? How old is?
Oh, it was too old too. I'm sorry.
Oh, how old is too old too?
Yeah.
Oh shit. I mean, depends on how
too
she
young
looking.
for me would be.
Too young for you is what?
Too young for
to
me
fuck is what?
Too young for me to fuck. What I think would be like 20. Right.
You wouldn't fuck anything younger than 20, or you wouldn't fuck anything under
20.
21.
I wouldn't fuck anything. Yeah, she had to be at least above 21 and older.
Okay, so she got to be able to get into the club and drink.
Yeah, at least. As far as dating, the youngest 25, oldest.
Be careful because you never know who's listening.
Be careful.
40.
I'm not dating no 40-year-old woman.
I'm not doing it.
I'm not dating
I want
no
you
40-year-old woman.
Can't do it.
I know why you're doing this. All right, let's just act like they don't listen, because more likely they're not going to listen. And if they go back and listen, it's whatever.
Let's cut that out. The youngest, I would say that I can sleep with. I would say, they got to be at least 21 and up. The oldest For me, I would say at least 37, 36.
I don't even want no chick that old.
Yeah, me neither.
Not until I'm that age. Like, I would typically know more than 5 years older than me, and I would really say about 3.
Well, the
2 or
difference
3.
for me is I still need to start having kids.
Yeah,
I mean, if
so
you just
probably
want
really
one.
shoot.
You just want one.
I want one, and I want a son. And I'll pay the $10,000 whatever we got to do to get the son. I want a son.
He said, look, man, I'll go into debt for this.
We'll go to whatever we got to do.
He said, we're going to be Jesus and Holy Water.
As I get older, I want 2 sons and maybe one more daughter.
Okay.
Yeah,
but you should have a stretch
max
goal.
For me, I think 3 kids.
But the perfect age would be around 26. But to have sex with no younger than 20.
Yeah, I could take down an 18-year-old.
I can't do an 18-year-old, man.
But
I feel kind of guilty.
Look, man, the game is sold but never told. The game is sold but never told. But we're going to get into the last but not least. So coming back for a second week to wins and losses is the Cardi B Offset bullshit. So now I think Cardi B has been declared winner, and I'm probably not going to bring it up again. But did y'all see what Offset just did?
Yeah.
Do you think he was an asshole for that? I think that was an asshole.
Man, well, I want to talk about these ratchet ass bitches
that
coming.
Was a simp ass move.
Yeah, simp ass move. Never apologize. She knew what you was doing the whole time.
It's not even about the apology. It's the fact that you show up to her concert, you bring flowers, you do all this extra fucking shit.
All you have to do
doesn't
is
matter.
Keep your shit off camera, nigga. Everybody knows.
Well, not even that. You fucked 3 white. Well, the other one was mixed. You fucked 2 white women and 1 mixed chick for no reason because. I guess she was pregnant. But, dog, you filmed a lot of shit, put stuff on Snapchat. You wanted to get caught. Like, this nigga has a guilty conscience complex. Like, he was like, fuck, how do I get caught?
No, he thought he could get away with it. Well, maybe both.
Yeah, well, I think it was guilty conscience. Because if he thought he'd get away with it, why didn't you just tell, look, we going to be together, we going to get married, but I'm also going to occasionally put my dick in these things. But I promise I'll wrap it up. I'm a rapper. I just want to get your arrangement together because there's plenty of women.
He should have maybe decided. He probably should never got married.
I mean, well,
I didn't think.
First of all, he should have never got married.
Yeah, because you should able to discern what you're going to do as a man. If you have a woman like that who's famous, she's not going to allow you to embarrass her.
Yeah.
Because women.
Well, also the other thing is that if she said, let's say she agreed to allow you to cheat for the first one, she was just like, cool, y'all have an ongoing thing. Why would you film it, nigga? Why would you put that out there?
Never embarrass.
Put it out for the world to see.
Yeah.
Because I think women know that a lot of men would love to have more than one woman.
Correct.
Like, it is what it is.
Yeah,
and
it is what
they
it is.
can discern their emotions, again, I'm using the word, from just a fuck versus, this is my wife.
Yeah, exactly. Because we had that conversation one time with a couple of our friends, and they were like, a woman was like, look, if he get caught getting head from a chick, I don't care. But if he get caught giving head to a chick, I'm killing them both.
Why would you eat a bitch pussy that ain't your bitch anyway?
There's dudes out there that do that. I mean, some men just really like pleasing. I get it. But if you were like...
Yeah, I know one. He's used to be our friend.
2019, things done changed.
Things done
changed. But no, I feel like the other aspect that you were saying, going back to the point, R. Reed, was that she has come up off of your whole group. She has used your stardom to advance her career further. And so with this win, she's not just winning monetarily. She's also winning in star. She's also winning in power. She just got nominated for several Grammys that you did not get nominated for, sir.
Yeah, but getting a Grammy as a woman in the rap field is not that hard.
Nah.
I'm just telling you something. The way rap works, there's only one female at the time.
Well, Nicki got denied 16 times in a row.
To who?
For this Grammy. She nominated 16. She nominated her tracks, her songs, all that stuff 16 different times.
Who was she losing to?
She lost to everyone. She lost for the pop category. She lost
white bitches, right?
No, she lost for the pop category. She lost for rap album. They included Cardi B.
Female rap album of the year. She's never won that.
No. I'm saying for this specific one, she got denied in every category she put herself forward.
Well, she was trash.
I mean, no, I don't disagree, but I'm saying they pick niggas out.
Well, what I'm saying is, there's always one alpha female in rap. So her getting a Grammy or even winning it, I know people gonna be like, "Yeah, it's such a good." Until female rap music, this is a side note, is competitive, I don't really care if you win a Grammy. You're not really accomplishing anything. Missy Elliott had for a while. Eve, like it's just one chick. Like even like there's no overlapping chicks. Like even that Cardi B don't came up. Like where's that other chick at?
I mean, the other chick was Nicki till she got denied.
Nicki took Cardi's space. I mean, Cardi took Nicki's space, and then who's after Cardi? Like, oh, matter of fact, she actually lost it before then to that one chick, Dave's Loaf.
Deja Loaf, yeah.
Deja Loaf had it for a small second, but she wasn't consistent.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Deja Loaf is she didn't come out with enough music.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's Sean's Camp's fault. Sorry, Big Sean. You should have been pimping her the way that you were putting your own shit out.
Yeah. But yeah, like that's not. But yeah, as far as what he did, I said simp. Like you. Like,
I saw that somebody was talking on one post
the
before, and you
calling
kept calling him
don't
beta.
take him back.
You kept calling him beta male or something like that. What was you
yeah.
like, my bad, beta male. I'm like, damn, this dude don't even see the shade he getting.
It was like, I'm sorry. Oh, we're gonna go back to this Cardi thing.
Okay,
real quick.
go ahead, go back.
We're gonna make it. It was a comment like, it is a woman a hoe for having sex on the first date, and I was like,
that's what
no.
it was.
And then the guy put a comment of something about a woman, and what was his comment, man?
He's like, well, if a man has sex on the first date, is that considered him a hoe?
I said men and women are not judged the same. We're not equatable because we're two different sexes.
I disagree, but continue.
Yeah, you disagree because you're a beta male at times when it comes to stuff like that.
No, sir, it's not about beta and alpha. Because normally when people use that kind of terminology,
okay, he's being a simp.
No, I agree on simping.
Because the way a man approaches a bedroom and the way a woman I hate to say all or nothing, but generally speaking, I'm just trying to fuck. And if she's just trying to fuck, she's just trying to fuck. I said there was no issue with that. But what he tried to do is make it like we were equal. We're not equitable. A woman is a woman. A man is a man. You can't compare the two. There are things that are similar, but we're not the same. A woman cannot carry herself like a man and be respected.
I feel like you're right about that, but that's the problem.
Okay. How is that a problem?
Because a woman should be able to... Fuck all that. A lot of these women don't want to have kids. Again, it would be different if we were living in 1960s, 1970s, and that's the point that I always go back to.
Where men had order.
Well, when men did all the things, and women did these other things over here.
You know how many women would love to go back to that?
Not very many.
You are shitting me.
No.
You know how many women would love to go back to a place where they don't have to work?
No.
Oh man,
with their rights, of course. They take the rights with them.
But that's the problem is that once this can opened up and it became that we're all equal, we're all people, we all do things, we all work, we all whatever. That's when I feel like a lot of the issues came forward. But that's the problem is once we've seen now with this paradigm, if you right now, let's say
that's why they came up with irreconcilable differences.
Well, yes, that's true.
That was no way. That's the only way to leave a marriage if you don't really got a good idea of how to leave.
Exactly. But what I'm saying is like, the way that things work out for us, right? What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Stop that shit. The way that things work out for us right now, Reed, is that if we're super rich and we're male, we can fuck whoever we want, whenever we want, how often we want. And there's no whatever. But if you're a woman and you have the exact same skill set, you've got money, you do whatever, then people call you a hoe. It's like the Paris Hilton thing. Was Paris Hilton a hoe for what she did? Nah, Paris Hilton just wanted to have sex, and she happened to be rich and be on a TV show. Now, that was probably bad. You probably shouldn't have had sex out there on a TV show, because this was back in the real days of reality TV, back when it was like, we didn't know that we could get away with doing this. But at the same time, we can't change how the past is. The only thing we can do is shape the future. So the way that I think we should shape the future is that we hold people accountable for their actions. If you out here sleeping with every hoe that moves, I don't want to hear you talk about no problems, no whatever. It's like, dog, anything that you got, that's on you, pimp. And the same way that I'm telling you that, same thing for her. I don't want to hear her say, hey, I slept with all these guys. I don't care, pimp. If you out here throwing it to anybody who can move, then that's on you.
Well, let's just go back to the original conversation. I don't think if you sleep with anybody any amount of time that makes you a hoe. Now, what make you a hoe is if you sleep with everybody in that certain amount of time. That's a little weird.
I mean, going back to the
that's a little weird.
Going back
and
to
men and women, every girl you
going back
with,
to the football smash analogy from Thanksgiving. Yeah. Where remember the football team smashed that one chick and she gave like a little play-by-play and it was a little. Everybody was like, "Bitch, what are you doing?"
Yeah, that bitch is a hoe. If you meet 3 niggas and all 3 of them niggas fuck you the same day, like
The
maybe you
same
just
day?
wanted to
Oh,
do
yeah,
it.
you're definitely.
That's like if a dude meets 3 women, I'm just like, bro, like something should go off in your head. 3 women are trying to sleep with me at the same time, and I just met these women. They might be trying to rob you,
Or they might be trying to give you AIDS.
or something's not right.
Because that's what fucked up a lot of game for guys early on in the thing was women who'd be like, oh yeah, you don't need a condom, baby. If she says that, run, nigga. If she says that the first time you trying to fuck, run. If she's like, no protection first time, run. Don't chance it. Your dick will thank you later.
Now, do you think that females just have a whole phase? Like they just like, you know what? I want to just have
I feel
a
everybody
whole
has a whole
phase
phase.
real quick, and then I want to be a whole.
No, I feel
is that
like,
how that works?
No, I feel everyone has a whole phase. I feel like as a man, the first time that you can get most of the women that you want, you're like, why would I go back to anything else? Why would I do anything other than have sex with as many of these women as I can possibly do? At the same time, I feel like the difference is women being the gatekeepers to sex oftentimes.
Oh, gatekeepers.
Well,
Like they have a lock, and a lock needs a key, and a key that can be opened by any lock is just a shitty lock. But a key that can open any lock is called a master lock.
Master key.
Master key, right?
yeah.
That's how I feel about women. I think men are. I'm sorry, men are just shit. I'm sorry. They'll fuck anything women walk. I think women should be able to be like.
But I feel like that's
unfair responsibility.
That's putting too much responsibility on them to act as better actors than men.
Yeah, but the responsibility on us to be caregivers.
No. Who doesn't let off on that?
What?
Because a lot of women are
They just sit with them niggas and complain.
No, a lot of women are like, look, as long as you take care of the bills, that's all I really care about.
I love those women.
Exactly. Those women are all over the place.
Yeah,
I feel like the problem is people see someone, they're like, oh, you're bad, you're wonderful, you're nice, but she not the 1960s chick. She the 2006 chick, and that's something that people aren't honest about. It's like if you want the 1960s chick who loves
Probably
you,
gonna be in front of Midwest and not from a city.
Yes,
in a
and she's
small
also going to be
town.
hokey. She's not going to want you to go out and drink with your friends. Because remember, you want to do 1960 shit. You doing 1960
You
shit.
home.
Exactly. You come home
You get
when
one
you get
night a
home.
week when you go out.
Yeah, exactly. You get one night a week, and you better not be out past 11. And it's like, first of all, you starting to sound like a man. Second of all, it's 11. It's 11.
Bitch, what is there to do after 12 o'clock?
Exactly.
What is there to do?
Well, no, but that's an argument that many women have used. But
Well, honestly, what is there to do after 12 o'clock? As I get older, like, what are we doing? Like, unless I'm like here playing video games, like I'm like
smoke hookah.
and fuck. Bitch.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Play golf.
Be that as it may, I feel like we are trying to ask women to be better actors than men are, and I feel like in today's society where things are becoming progressively more equal, that is too much of a burden to put on women. Like we gotta share some of the responsibility for that. At the same time, if someone out here hoeing and they fuck the whole crew, that's just not a good look. And it's never going to be one.
Never.
Because everyone should be someone who it's like, oh, okay, whatever.
That dude wasn't responding to me calling him a beta male too, by the way.
That's what I was laughing at.
Oh, yeah. True.
I was like, this motherfucker is not.
I just don't think you should ever, as a man, put yourself on equal footing as a woman.
Well, I don't say equal. I don't think that you should put yourself in the same arena if you're not doing the same job.
Yeah, his reason I slept with my daughter's mother on the first date, and it never crossed my mind that she was a hoe. I'm like, bro, that's not what I'm saying. I felt like he wasn't paying attention to the conversation. I'll tag you in it.
Well, no, what it is that it sounds like he wants to just call his daughter's mother a hoe, and it's like I get maybe she did you wrong, but that doesn't matter.
That's power to you because sometimes you got the juice and it just happened.
Well, it's not even sometimes you got to do. Sometimes you find someone who just really want to fuck. And you should.
I think what aspect of sex can you not do on the first day?
I think if you're having anal sex on the first day, that's
that
a bad
bitch a
sign.
hoe. You might want to leave her alone.
Well, no. I just feel like if the first thing she's doing is saying "fuck me in the ass," you might need either A, maybe she's into some really hardcore shit, and that you need to get that ready. But two, the fact that you signed up for this person that you don't know, should tell you a little bit about yourself. You should say, you know what, I got some things I need to work out.
Damn it, you gonna do it.
That's a third.
You gonna
date.
do it too, aren't you?
No, it's a third date kind of thing.
You gonna do it too, aren't you?
No,
The first date?
no.
Okay, that's good. Are you gonna do it?
What was the name?
First date, she be like, we about to have sex, but you can fuck me in my ass. Would you do it?
I don't think.
I told myself no.
But your body.
It's telling me she's 13. I
Damn,
don't
R.
see
Kelly.
nothing wrong.
Yeah, R. Kelly didn't see nothing wrong.
If she ain't driving age, if she's not driving age.
She ain't got a permit yet. Oh, it's so terrible.
You remind me of my teenage years. I don't know.
You remind me of my babysitter.
I'm still a creep.
Oh man.
Oh,
Yeah,
R.
he
Kelly
is.
songs.
R. Kelly, man.
You
he-
turn R. Kelly songs into like pedophile songs.
No, now
Most
one
of
thing that somebody told me earlier that I thought was actually pretty ingenious was
See your age
Ebro
in
reminds that person of Bill Cosby back in the day. Not like too far in the day, like back before we all knew about all the raping.
You knew about it. He's
Back when Bill Cosby came out and he hated all young niggas, y'all young.
he
Yeah,
did.
yeah, he sounds just like Ebro,
Yeah.
and Ebro sounds like him. And I feel like that's something that needs to catch on. Ebro is just Cosby circa 2006. Eventually, he's going to do something. We're going to find out all the fucked up shit that he does. And then it's going to be like, Ebro, what happened to having standards? What happened to not having sexual, whatever? Because it almost always seems like whenever you get somebody who's like super like, hey, people need to do these
On
things.
their
and
high
this,
horse?
Yeah, whenever somebody is
You gonna
super on
get
the high
knocked down.
horse, they almost always, it comes out and you be like, dog, you
Yeah,
fucked up.
that's why I'm really careful about judging people in general. Women, men, like, hey, baby, do you in the end. Because I don't have an opinion about anything, really, what you do. Because, number one, anybody opinion that matters, you got to respect them first. And if you don't really know them,
Yeah, you can't really respect them.
how do you care?
I mean, my main thing is like if you're gonna have like a super big opinion about somebody,
Well,
then
when do you get to change?
I think
That harks back to Kevin Hart. When do you get to change?
with Kevin Hart, again, I already said that I don't think he did anything wrong.
Correct.
I feel like he's a comedian and comedians say jokes and they make inappropriate comments. But I feel like if you are a comedian who has as much work as him and you're not like, again, it'd be different if he like heckled like some gay person on the thing and was just like, you're gay, you're fucking gay, I bet you're about to go suck some dicks. Like then it's like, pause. Why are you on this man so much? Did you just sleep with him and it wasn't good? Like again, people tell on themselves because your body, regardless of whether you want to tell the truth, your body, how you say things, it tells on you all the time. So whenever I see somebody heckling about some shit, I'm like, dog, this must really bother you. Like this is some shit either you do or some shit that was done to you or whatever.
You got it right.
Exactly. It's like like that, the whole thing with the whole thing like with Hannibal Buress when he outed Bill Cosby, it was like that came from a place of him being like, all right, well I read it and I did whatever, but it came off so effortlessly as opposed to like the way that people were dragging Kevin Hart. It's like you made jokes about people being gay in 2009 and you're a terrible person and this obviously is a reflection of who you are. And it's like, bro, calm down. I get it, Twitter. I understand y'all want to get riled up, but Donald Trump gonna say some suspect shit in a little bit. Y'all can wait and then come out with that shit. Like let Kevin be a comedian, which means he's gonna be controversial. It means he's gonna say some things. Y'all should really come for Dave Chappelle if y'all really doing stuff, but y'all ain't gonna do it because you know Dave Chappelle roast the fuck out of y'all. Because Dave Chappelle don't care. Dave Chappelle has officially reached a point where it's like, I am so famous, I can get away with saying shit because one, I don't cheat on my wife. She's a nice Asian woman, and two, even when I had the opportunity to cheat on my wife, I lured that girl back to my house and told her to watch my kids so me and my wife could go out. Which that was a hilarious story. I wish you had been there for that Dave Chappelle concert back in 2000.
I think
11.
I think when when he tells his jokes or on his stand up now, I feel like he's like teaching, and you get a good laugh at it at the same time.
Well, yeah. Well,
I like Dave Chappelle.
The one that I'm talking about. So Dave Chappelle basically had this joke where like he kept going out to the club because he lives in like this little tiny town in Ohio. And like he was, whenever he went out, people would be like, "Oh my shit, it's Dave Chappelle," and like everything else. So eventually, like women started coming up to him, and then one girl eventually, like he was talking to her, they were cool and whatnot, and she was like, "I'm really feeling you." Like she was like trying to throw Dave the pussy. Like she kept doing it, and he kept coming out, And, eventually he was like, all right, fine. He's like, what do you expect me to do? I'm a man. What do you expect me to do? So then, he tells the story, and no, Dave, don't do it. And then, right when she comes in, she, takes off her jacket and whatnot. She sits on the couch. She's like, oh, well, where are we going to do this? And then he's like, well, we're not about to do anything. My wife, his wife, comes downstairs. She's like, oh, shit, your wife's here. She's like, yes, you're going to babysit our kids for us. We're going to see you later. And it's like, damn, Dave. He subverted your expectation. Your expectation was this nigga about to fuck this chick. She's been throwing it at him for, the whole joke that he's been going on. And then eventually you get to the point where you're like, Dave, don't do it. And he's like, actually, you expected me to fuck her. I'm actually going out with my wife, and we're going to have a nice night. That's what you want. You want a comedian who's telling you a story, as you were saying, and teaching you something, as you were saying. And I feel like Dave Chappelle does that effortlessly.
But nowadays, I wouldn't do that because people are crazy.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Have you seen that fight?
What's that about the fight? You gonna leave
the kindergarten fight? Where the teachers had the kids fighting one another with Hulk gloves on. What's so funny?
But this goes to show you, you don't leave random people with your kids. They'll come back. Your kid gonna be missing all their permanent teeth. And be like, what happened? Oh, she was mad that dad didn't fuck her, so she was like,
what call it, the kindergarten brawl?
It was a kindergarten brawl.
Fired in jail.
Yeah, you know what I'm
They
saying?
deserve to be fired and put in jail.
What are we at, 60 hours now?
Yeah, we're at 60 hours.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and call this episode the Everyday Black Man Podcast. Okay, we'll get back because I know something's gonna come up in the new year.
Bro, I'm sorry, bro.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
I'm sorry, bro. No, I'm saying that because that's what he said.
What did she? No. What did she say? Even niggas never want to break up. Well, how did that song go? She said,
"Niggas never want to."
No, niggas don't want to be my ex. You don't want to be my ex. How that shit go? Me and my ex. You don't want to be my ex. No nigga want to be my ex.
No nigga want to be my ex.
That's how it goes. I can't.
I think what's that song? Be careful with me. Was that song?
No,
that was Booja. Motorsport.
Oh yeah, that right wasn't that song. Motorsport.
Yeah, she said, "Ride the dick like a BMX. No nigga want to be my ex. No, I love when he go on tour because he come more when I see him less." It's like, damn. Pause.
Right, you just said that line effortlessly. She got it in the first on that Money song.
Money.
You know how the song starts out. I always skip that part.
No.
Oh,
why?
Because say it. The first lyrics.
I can't remember it off the top of my head.
I'm gonna pull it up.
Okay.
I want you to say it.
Look, all my bitches bad, all my niggas real. Oh, the part where she said, I ride his dick in some big tall heels. Yeah, she definitely went in there.
Big tall heels. I just made it up. Big tall heels. Oh.
Pause. But follow us on Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and of course on Instagram at Everyday Black Men.
Everyday Black Men.
Twitter at EVYD Black Men, and Facebook at the Everyday Black Man Facebook page. Pages.
I'm about to leave this podcast.
Deuces.
We got the dip. One Punch Man.
One punch.